Welcome to Our Girl Relationships. We talk about the problems people face in their day to day lives. Let's start with the video.
I wasn't surprised when my fiancé, Bella, who has always been the type to go overboard whenever there was a special occasion, wanted an elaborate, lavish wedding. I was well prepared for the same when I was about to propose to her. I knew she'd want to have the most extravagant, lavish, royal wedding. And I was completely okay with that because I loved this woman and wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. So when I proposed to her finally, she fell in my arms with excitement and happiness and immediately began planning for the wedding. Initially, all was good. Even my mom and her mom got involved in the wedding planning. Everything seemed to go as smoothly as it possibly could. But eventually, within the span of 2 months, my mother pulled me aside one day and told me that Bella was being too difficult and to keep her in check. This led to a huge fight between us, and we stopped talking. So much so that it led to her completely dropping out from whatever contributions she was planning to do for the wedding and attend as a guest. This led to a fallout between my entire family and I. I just chalked it up to the bitter reality of my family's feelings towards Bella coming forward. That is how Bella made it all sound. She'd go on and on about how my family used to berate her behind my back, make snide remarks about her looks, financial status, and other stuff. This was really surprising because even though we were richer than Bella and her family, my family was very liberal, understanding, and kind. After all, they were the ones who really taught me the values I had in me today, but of course, I was wearing the biggest rose tinted glasses by then, and I obviously wasn't going to question Bella when she would literally tear up whenever the topic of my family came up. I wanted to be a good partner, but man, who would have known that all this long I should have been with my family instead of Bella, who was abusing my understanding, love, and support nature for her own benefit to the best of her abilities. Well, I didn't, and that is what brings me here. I wouldn't say that I didn't ever see any red flags. Of course, as the title suggests, I was very happy to go along with it all initially, but then I started seeing small things like her breaking down over the fact that one of the wedding planners couldn't fill one of her very weirdly specific requirements, or when someone suggested her a change. She really couldn't stand it. And by the way she'd react to it all, I'd be lying if I denied the fact that I had started to get scared of her. It didn't take long until it started happening to me as well. I mean, how long could I stay silent about my own wedding? Even my friends had started to become concerned about Bella's obsession with the wedding. I knew I had some opinions of myself too, so I decided to approach her about them. Needless to say, it did not end well. We began arguing constantly. It was a horrible situation all along because I had started to question myself upon why she was so stuck on the wedding of her dreams. And honestly, I really have to give it to her because she really recreated her entire folder of printouts and cutouts of her dream wedding inspo. But in the end, none of it was to celebrate our love, and I found out all about it just a month before the wedding, and that too at a party where we were supposed to celebrate our anniversary. Well, everyone was over that day. Most of our friends, our families, you name it. It was our 5 year anniversary, so it was a big deal for us. I was so happy and so excited. We ate, played games, and drank. We drank a lot that day, and after so many drinks, most of the people just decided to stay the night and leave the next morning. So all of us separated in groups. Bella and her friends drank and hung around the kitchen. I and my friends, were chilling in the living room and the older folks had gone off to bed. Everything seemed fine. I thought Bella was having a really good time with all the faint laughter that was coming out of the kitchen. My drink was over and I needed to grab another one. So I got up and walked to the kitchen, and with that, their conversation started to sound clearer as I moved closer. It didn't take me much longer from there to realize that they were indeed talking about me, and although I'm extremely guilty of what I did next, I ended up deciding to stay back and overhear what the conversation was all about. It was obvious that Bella was dominating the conversation. She talked about how stupid I was, how easy it was to fool me into going along with all of this. My heart sank, but I knew this was just a mere piece of the conversation. So I stayed back quietly and continued hearing everything, and well, to put it in short, Bella's elaborate wedding plan also consisted of her breaking things off with me exactly 2 years after the wedding and sucking me out dry in the court during the divorce. If that wasn't horrible enough, the wedding plans she made were ones she made when she was engaged to her ex. Words could not describe my feelings from thereafter. The influence of alcohol did not help much either. I immediately barged into the room and simply just glared at everyone there along with Bella. They all looked like they had just seen the ghost. It was so hard to stay calm, but thankfully I was able to, and simply just told Bella to get out of the house with her friends and family before it was too late. Bella couldn't handle this and started making a huge scene. She even broke some of the wine glasses and bottles. This woke her and my parents up. I told her parents to take her away as soon as they can because otherwise I wouldn't hesitate to call the cops. Her poor parents seemed so embarrassed that they immediately called an Uber and left. Everything fell into an eerie silence from there. Everyone who stayed back gave me their support and comfort, but I'm just numb now. They just left the next morning. Only my parents stayed back. Bella has been trying to reach out to me ever since, and I haven't responded to her even once. I don't know what I should be doing here. Things are truly worse than I thought. Please help. A lot of you guys were asking me to post an update with more context about Bella's previous relationship. Well, she was in this very toxic relationship with this guy when we were back in college. Bella, I, her ex, and most of our friends were in the same college. Bella's relationship with her ex was extremely toxic and intense. We all got to see it first-handedly because they both met each other just like the rest of us, right when we all got into college. They fell for each other within weeks and began dating just like that. It didn't take long for the relationship to get very toxic due to their differences. Bella's ex was very controlling, jealous, and overprotective. Bella at that time was pretty much the same, and well, that made the perfect recipe for disaster. It was so bad that they got engaged after a year of dating. I guess that is where Bella came with that whole crazy folder full of wedding inspiration. Bella and her ex eventually ended up breaking up. It was by the time they graduated. Bella really made it seem like she had this eye opening lesson. I even helped her live in my apartment by the time she got her matters sorted after 2 years of getting close and seeing how much she had changed. We began dating. Recalling this story really helped me take off my rose tinted glasses and realize just how messed up Bella has been. The puzzle pieces have started to connect, and it all makes complete sense. Now I totally know that I was the rebound, a failed rebound at that, because she's clearly not over her ex. Oh well, what can I do? She has all the freedom to go running to him now since I've asked her to come pick her things up. That's really all I have for the update, along with the fact that her parents want to meet and talk one last time. I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but once I do, I'll definitely update this post. Bella and her parents came over today, and well, as some of you predicted, Bella really didn't tell her parents what actually happened that night. It makes sense now why her friends that didn't come to the party all piled up on me through text. I didn't hesitate and let them know exactly what happened. Her parents seemed horrified, shocked, and saddened. They chewed her out a new one right in front of me and my parents, and that was really satisfying. A lot of what they were saying revolved around her ruining her life over her crazy ex when she could have had a good relationship with me. Bella tried too hard to look innocent and convince me to take her back. It obviously didn't work, but all of it felt so surreal that it seemed almost like the same Bella that I had met after her breakup was back. This time, I wasn't going to take her back, though. I told her and her parents that I was sorry and to just pack her things and leave. Her parents seemed very upset, and with their heads down low, they left with Bella's things. Ever since then, I have just been busy with canceling everything regarding the wedding because Bella refuses to do so. Hello, guys. I'm aware I sort of went inactive on this app for a while. I'm sorry about that. It was just that I was so busy trying to get everything sorted. I really got stressed and really needed a break. So I decided to log off the app and decided to get to work. Well, I first moved houses, and that was a great change. The next thing I did after that was go on a small vacation with the money Bella's parents were so kind to give me because of all the money I lost due to the wedding. It really makes me wonder what went so wrong that people as kind as them had a child as vile as her. At least I was glad to hear that they kicked her out of their house right after they found out about everything. She's currently renting a shitty apartment with one of her shitty friends who are at the party cheering her for using me. They both deserve each other, and I truly do not care who she lives with anymore, as long as it's away from me and my loved ones. Thank you, guys. NTA. Oh my God, OP. Really put this D in crazy. He must really have good luck, though, that he found out about Bella's plan before they got married or anything, or she tried to baby trap him. I really hope he can restart his life and find someone that's good for him. NTA, OP could have saved so much heartbreak if he just used some common sense. I mean, isn't it common sense that someone as crazy and intense as Bella wouldn't change so quickly? It's still good that you were able to get away before you tied the knot. I, 22, female, am autistic, and my special interests are kind of childish. My Little Pony, Monster High, Ever After High, Disney, etc. I'm perfectly happy with this, but I have a friend, 22 female, Gigi, who often brings along one of her friends, 22 female, Ivy, when we hang out. And Ivy always makes very pointed comments about my interests and disability. I've told her it hurts my feelings, but she doesn't stop. A month ago, I bought a bright red genuine leather jacket used from Poshmark with the intention of altering it to look like a Monster High character's jacket. Holt hides, if anyone is wondering what it looks like. When I told Gigi about it, I guess she told Ivy, who demanded to know what the brand was. I told her, and she freaked out, saying I was insane to alter high-end clothes for my effing creepy doll thing. So I got the jacket, altered it as planned, and it looks great. I wore it to hang out with my friends, and Ivy actually complimented it, asked where I got it. I told her it was the jacket I'd altered, and she was shocked. She said she thought you'd just butcher it and hadn't thought it would actually be cute. At the end of the night, when we were both slightly tipsy, Ivy pulled me aside and asked if she could borrow my jacket to wear to a concert. I laughed in her face and told her there was no way in hell. She got really mad, but I refused. Now she's talking about how tacky the jacket is and how I'm a woman child, embarrassing myself with a kid's doll jacket. Gina told me I should have just let her borrow it. So I want an outside perspective. AITA? NTA. Gigi isn't your friend, OP. I want you to read that again and let it sink in. She brings a bully into your life and allows her to mock and hurt you and doesn't stand up for you. Gigi is not your friend. Neither of them is. Please find nicer people to spend time with and do not leave your jacket anywhere that they can get access to it. Ivy or Gigi will steal it, and they will never return it. I believe Ivy would ruin it out of spite. There's nothing shameful in having those interests. Everything made for children is created by adults. Imagination and passion are the driving forces in life. You have both in spades, and you deserve better than the toxicity of those people. Try hitting up local craft groups to find others who will appreciate your obvious talents. NTA, while your interests are geared towards kids, they are not childish. Adults can enjoy things made for children without it being childish or creepy, like you. That said, you should tell Gigi you are uncomfortable with Ivy because she insults you and mocks you. You are asking that she not bring her around you. If she tries to change your mind or pressure you or just ignores your request, then you should look at getting new friends. You don't deserve this kind of treatment. NTA. I cannot stress this enough. NTA. I'm autistic too, and this is just too far. Gigi is not a friend at all for actively including someone who bullies and mocks you. And even disregarding the autism, it's a genuine leather jacket that you altered that she also initially insulted, and now she wants to wear it to a concert? No way. Literally no way. Both Ivy and Gigi are toxic as hell. I'm 25, female. My brother is 17 and is quite the golden child and is worshipped by everyone in our house, including me. He always gets his way, and sometimes even we let him. I started observing since past year he has become increasingly entitled and always expects that his demands should be fulfilled. When I first realized we were the ones who were enabling him, I started to say no to stuff which I found unreasonable. I even talked to my parents, but they think he's a teen and that's how they are. Around a few months back, my company laptop stopped working and I had to buy a new laptop as my company said a new device won't be available for at least 1 month. There was some procurement issue. My brother insisted I should buy a gaming laptop as they don't lag, and he suggested a model which was within my budget. He said he will play games on it for an hour a day, which I did not mind. I received a new laptop from my work approximately 3 weeks ago. My brother insisted I gift him the gaming laptop I purchased. I said he can play with it like he has been doing, but it is not a gift. He kept on insinuating it is his laptop to his friends. He is now addicted to it. And last Sunday, he spent 12 plus hours playing some online games. I told him he needs to return my laptop and that I will be password protecting it. He started yelling and calling me selfish to take his gift back. I told him it was never his to begin with and I do not wish to enable his addiction. He is throwing tantrums now about how I am taking away a gift from him. My parents think it is his life and I have no right to interfere. I said they can buy him a laptop, but I am not enabling him. AITA? I sat my parents down and tried to have a mature conversation over this. They were not receptive at first, but eventually at least agreed that my brother's behavior was incorrect. I had a long conversation with my brother about his entitled attitude, not only on the laptop issue, but just overall. And I'm not sure if he would change easily, but for now, he apologized and promised he won't use the laptop until I allow him to. Thanks everyone for help. NTA is not a gift. It's you allowing your brother to use a device which you paid for. Your mom and dad are facilitating his spoiled behavior. If the computer really is his life, then he's disconnected, and this behavior is clearly symptomatic. It could lead to dangerous online behavior, trolling, and the like. If he wants a gaming laptop so badly, he should get a job and earn it. He could probably learn a lot following your lead. Your brother is an AH for being a privileged child, and your parents are too for facilitation. I am shocked that your company is allowing you to use a non network computer for work purposes. That's just asking for network trouble like viruses, ransomware, Trojan horses, etc. You should have never let your brother start gaming on that PC. But that was a foolish kindness, not a-holery. The way your brother is behaving makes me wonder if your computer has already been compromised. It doesn't sound like your brother uses very good judgment about computer activities. Your brother has a huge sense of entitlement. Take the computer back to where you bought it, get your money back, and make your place of employment purchase the computer like they're supposed to, or find you a loaner. Keep your computer password locked until you can return it and get your money back. NTA. NTA. You, unfortunately, played into the game of enabling him by treating him like he was younger than he is and saying, okay, you can play on it for a little bit, but just so you know, it is mine. You're not wrong for taking it back, but it sounds like you need to do a lot more questioning and examination on yourself for enabling behavior, because the way you handled this situation treated him like a baby, and now he's throwing an absolute hissy fit, and you have to deal with that and fight to get your laptop back.